Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So you have heard that PRINCE2 is widely recognized in the UK, right? In fact, you have probably read that in almost every PRINCE2 training brochure out there. But here's the thing, nobody actually answers clearly, right? Which specific types of UK organizations or companies genuinely value this PRINCE2 certification? Which sectors are actively seeking PRINCE2 certified professionals and why? Because let's be honest, knowing that PRINCE2 is popular in the UK is one thing, but actually knowing exactly where to target your career with a PRINCE2 certification is a completely different conversation altogether. And that's precisely what this video is going to do for you today. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 key sectors within the UK where PRINCE2 is not just valued, it is often expected as a base expectation or requirement. And when I say expected, I mean it can quite literally be the difference between getting shortlisted for a role or not. So make sure you watch the entire video till the end, because the last one on the list might open up some new career opportunities for you after your PRINCE2 certification, which you might not be aware of. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's start with the first sector, UK central government and the wider public sector. Now look, PRINCE2 was literally born out of the UK government, right? It was originally developed as a UK government standard for information system projects back in 1989, and that heritage has never really left. So even today, many public sector programs from the local authorities in the UK and the NHS transformations leading up to HMRC digital projects prefer or mandate PRINCE2 based governance frameworks. In fact, UK government bodies often embed PRINCE2 directly into their program assurance and control guidelines. Make sense? So what does that mean in practical terms for you? Well, think about organizations like the UK Home Office, DVLA, HMRC, Cabinet Office, Civil Services, and the local councils up and down in the country. These are all environments where projects are publicly funded, heavily scrutinized, and accountable to the taxpayers. And when you are spending the public money at scale as a project manager, you cannot just wing through it, right? You need a structured, accountable, auditable, and repeatable way of managing those projects. That's exactly what PRINCE2 as a framework provides to you as a project manager. In the United Kingdom, the usage of PRINCE2 is still required for schemes that involve the expenditure of public funds. So it is not a preference here, it is often a hard requirement baked into procurement frameworks and tender documentation. Now personally, working in the UK now for more than 6 years, I can tell you firsthand that PRINCE2 is not just expected. It's the natural language in which project governance conversations happen in that kind of a controlled environment. So if you are targeting a career in the public sector project management anywhere in the UK, a PRINCE2 certification, preferably the PRINCE2 Practitioner certification, is arguably non-negotiable, full stop. Now, if you are willing to get PRINCE2 certified, I am an accredited training provider for PRINCE2 in the UK, and you can reach out to me if you wish to. The relevant links will be provided in the description section of this video. Moving on to the second sector, and this one is very close to my heart, the NHS and the broader UK healthcare. Now the NHS is one of the largest employers in the United Kingdom, and it runs an enormous portfolio of capital and digital transformation projects at any given point in time using public and charity funding. So think about hospital infrastructure upgrades, electronic patient record system rollouts, fire safety programs, and large-scale service redesign initiatives. These are complex, multi-stakeholders, high-stake projects, right? And they need serious governance to deliver successfully. The NHS is actually one of the primary organizations in the UK where PRINCE2 is the chosen project management methodology alongside other major public sector bodies, which we will discuss later in this video. Now, I can speak about this from personal experience as well because I have worked with the NHS for a significant period of time in the UK. You can check my LinkedIn profile to have an understanding of what kind of projects I was involved with when I was working with the NHS. And in all of those projects, PRINCE2 governance tools, for example, exception reports, highlight reports, stage gate reviews, were not really optional, right? They were the standard operating model which every project manager needed to adhere to. That's the reality on the ground in the NHS UK. So if you are considering a project management career in UK healthcare, regardless of whether it is within a NHS trust or an integrated care board, or let's say a healthcare consultancy, delivering projects as per the PRINCE2 framework is non-negotiable. And having a PRINCE2 Foundation or PRINCE2 Practitioner certification will definitely give you an immediate and tangible advantage in getting shortlisted and hired. No second thoughts about it. Now let's move on to the third sector, which is defense and national security. And look, if there is one industry in the UK where structured governance is genuinely non-negotiable, it is this one, right? Organizations such as the Ministry of Defense frequently list PRINCE2 as a mandatory or highly desirable credential in their project management job descriptions and roles. And it's not really hard to understand why, right? Of course, defense projects are often classified, multi-year, and they carry enormous financial and strategic risk. You are dealing with complex supply chains, sensitive stakeholders, strict regulatory compliance, and in many cases, national security implications. So in that kind of an environment, you simply cannot afford ambiguity around roles, responsibilities, stage approvals, or governance escalations. PRINCE2's defined structure with its clear project board, exception management system, and stage gate controls fits this environment very, very well. Now, beyond the Ministry of Defense directly, think about the wider defense ecosystem within the UK, right? So for example, companies such as BAE Systems, Rolls-Royce, etc. implement the PRINCE2 methodology to enhance process management and control across their project portfolios. You also have major defense and national security consultancies like the Lidos or Serco and Capita Defense, all operating within this space, regularly recruiting PRINCE2 certified project managers. See, in defense, certifications are often part of the security and professional vetting framework as well. So walking into an interview with a PRINCE2 practitioner on your CV immediately signals that you understand structured delivery, governance accountability, and controlled project environments, which is exactly the language these organizations speak. All right, now let's talk about the fourth sector, construction and infrastructure. So in the UK, when you are involved with projects in this sector, you are generally expected to follow very specific UK regulations such as the CDM 2015 and Building Safety Act 2022, right? And these are the core governance frameworks which are foundational to the construction and infrastructure industry in the UK. So needless to say, when such governance frameworks do not work or breaks down on large infrastructure projects, the consequences could be enormous and devastating. And that is precisely why organizations in this space take structured project management methodologies like the PRINCE2 very seriously, right? Now within the PRINCE2 suite, it's the PRINCE2 Practitioner which is particularly valued in the public sector. And the framework environments like the construction and the infrastructure also takes into account the governance requirements of PRINCE2 into its tender documents, tender activities, and supplier mobilization as a minimum standard for project management. So if you are targeting roles in, let's say, civil engineering, infrastructure delivery, or capital project management with the organizations like Mott MacDonald, Atkins, Turner & Townsend, or Jacobs, PRINCE2 Practitioner is a certification that will help you to have that differentiator element in your profile and your CV. And now the fifth sector, and this one genuinely surprises a lot of professionals: financial services and IT consulting in the UK. Now, most professionals whom I speak to associate PRINCE2 heavily with the public sector. And yes, that association is absolutely valid, and we have already discussed about that, right? However, if public services is on one side, on the other side of the spectrum, financial services is consistently among the top industries actively hiring PRINCE2 certified professionals in the UK as well. Think about what financial services organizations in the UK are actually doing right now. Banks like Barclays and HSBC are running massive digital transformation and regulatory compliance programs. Barclays, for instance, has used PRINCE2 to implement a governance framework that helped them to apply a consistent project management approach across departments. HSBC, as many of you might be knowing, is planning an AI-first digital transformation across many of their banking sectors. And when you are operating in such a heavily regulated environment where the Financial Conduct Authority, or the FCA, is watching every move, and where project failures can translate directly into regulatory penalties, structured governance within the project management framework is not a luxury anymore, right? It's a necessity. Now add to that the large IT consulting firms that deliver projects directly into UK financial institutions and government bodies. So organizations like Capgemini, KPMG, Deloitte, and Capita, these consultancies run PRINCE2 as a standard delivery methodology across their client engagement programs in project management. And interestingly, the salary data here is quite compelling as well. PRINCE2 certified professionals at such organizations in the UK command an average salary of around 70,000 to 80,000 pounds per year, with senior practitioners in consulting environments earning consistently over 100 grand per year, right? So if you are working in financial services or IT consulting, or you are aspiring to, a PRINCE2 Practitioner certification is genuinely one of the strongest career investments you can make in the UK market today. Now, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section which of these 5 sectors are you currently working in, or probably you are targeting for your next career move. Let me know, because I read every comment and I would be happy to guide you further. So if this video has added any value to you, please give this a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to this channel, Project Mastery with Ray, if you have not done that already. It genuinely helps this type of content to reach out to more project management professionals like you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next video.